and welcome to, or back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of the TEW IX WWE Challenge Run here today, as we are back with another edition of Raw on the build-up to Survivor Series War Games. Venom is firmly in the rear view, and we are on the road. The piece of game put in place. Check out last week's episode if you haven't already, and check out SmackDown. I am on a roll. This is the third episode I have recorded just today. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. At the very least, I can keep track of the storylines, which, when you take 8 weeks off, is a bit tough. Apologies for that again. I'll just keep apologising for that. But hey, another episode of Raw. Heading towards War Games. Let's put the pieces into place and move them towards their positions ready, shall we? Let's jump into things back on Monday nights. It's time for another episode of Monday Night Raw. And the show's going to get underway with Drew McIntyre coming down to the ring. And he says last week, he made it clear, he made his intentions clear, he made his plan clear, he made his goal clear. So he doesn't really have much to say right here, right now, to anyone but one man. You know, he's used to dealing with clowns, Punk, Rollins. That's who he's been used to these last few months. Not you. No. You're not a clown, are you? Big, serious, ring general Gunther. You know, Gunther, being European lads like we are, I heard a lot about you. When I was here, before you got here, when you were here, when I wasn't here. All of it. I kept hearing about Big Daddy Gunther. Well, near enough at least. And now I stand here with my eyes set on one thing over your shoulder. So Gunther, Mr. Ring General, Mr. Monday Night, come on out. And come on out. He does. Gunther marches down to the ring general. And he congratulates Drew McIntyre. Congratulations on finally finishing things with those clowns, as you so aptly put it. You beat CM Punk, and you beat Seth Rollins. You did the easy part. But now, you step into the lion's den. Now, you step up to the ring general Gunther. Drew, you worked so hard to get back to the top, to win a world championship at WrestleMania, and then you lost it, and then the man who took it from you I defeated. But this is not a triangle. We do not pass this round any further. The line stops with me. Drew McIntyre, I respect you as a fighter, as a wrestler, as a competitor. I respect you enough to be completely honest, face to face with you right now. The only thing waiting for you at Survivor Series War Games right now is pain, anguish, and sadness. I saw how it broke you when that title was taken from you by Damian Priest at WrestleMania. And you have clawed back to it, back to me. You have scratched and clawed your way to try to get back to this championship. And all that will happen from here on out is you will be broken again. But this time, not just your spirit and your soul, but your body will be broken with you. Drew McIntyre allowed me to be abundantly clear with you. Getting right into his face. At Survivor Series War Games, I will defeat you. I will destroy you. I will stand over the broken bones and your mangled flesh, and I will raise my world championship high in the air. Because when you go to war with the Ring General, only one man walks out, and that is always me. For 79, two serious guys with, their focus is clear at the end of the day. Gunter wants to keep that out. Drew wants to win that title back. Both of these men, a clear aim, a clear goal. War Games awaits them. 79, cooking. Oh, let's go backstage. Adam Pearce with the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez, of course. Pearce informs Liv Morgan that after the events of last week, it gave him a great idea. So tonight, we're going to have 3 singles matches. And the winners of those matches are going to fight next week in the main event of Raw in a triple threat contendership match. The winner of that is going to face you for that title at Survivor Series War Games. And yes, before you ask, Liv, Rhea Ripley is in one of those matches. Liv not too happy with that, storms out. As then arrives Seth Rollins, who Pearce wants to see as well. And Pearce says to Seth, I spoke with CM Punk earlier because I am so tired of you two at this stage, honestly. You specifically, Seth, even when Punk wasn't here, it was you and Drew. So, you two want to fight it out, we're going to let you. At Survivor Series War Games, Seth, your team is going to face CM Punk and his team in a good old-fashioned, I'm a traditionalist myself, traditional 5v5 Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. For 63, Seth and CM Punk will go to war, old school style, in a traditional 5v5 Survivor Series Tag Team match. Team Seth, Team Punk. They'll have to assemble those teams, but for a 63, Adam Pearce is putting the pieces in place for Monday Night Raw heading into Survivor Series War Games. Isn't he just? Let's go backstage. Sammy and Jay are just chilling out, in the locker room. When in walks Masked Magic, the World Tag Champs, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, yeah. And Rey says him and Dragon Lee, as the champions, they want to face the best. They just want to sit on the sidelines like Neil Judgment they were happy to, like Pretty Deadly seemed to be happy to on SmackDown. They want to face the best. And they know that Sammy and Jay might not be like an official tag team or whatever, but on their day, together, they're one of the strongest units WWE's got. So if they're up for it, and they're ready to go, like Rey thinks they're always ready to go, then tonight, Masked Magic would like to make some magic in the ring with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn for these World Tag Team titles. Jay and Sami, a bit surprised, but looking at each other for a minute, smiles on their faces, and they turn back when in walks Paul Heyman. I won't go back to that because I forgot this match. I've got a picture of the rundown in front of me, and I forgot this match. Yeah, first match, Rhea Ripley taking on Sonya Deville. Rhea Ripley, of course, gets the one with the Riptide for an 80. 86 Rhea, 42 Sonya. Happy with that. Yeah, Rhea Ripley comes out on top. Her return singles match, getting into it with Sonya. You know, Rhea Ripley gets to show what she can do. Sonya putting up a fight, going a bit rough with Rhea, because I think when Rhea gets rough, it gets again. Oh, that's just my taste, though. Yeah, Rhea Ripley victorious. So Rhea Ripley advances to the triple threat contendership match next week. We go backstage. Jay and Sami looking at each other. And then they look, and in walks Paul Heyman. Rey and Dragon Lee walk off. Rey says, you let us know. And Jay and Sami want to know what the hell Paul wants. And Paul says that he is here on behalf of the one tribal chief, Roman Reigns. You see, Roman, he's heading to war, boys. And he wants his strongest soldiers there. And when he thinks of his strongest soldiers, well, it's no wonder he sent me to talk with you two. And it looks like Sammy's thinking about it a little, but then Jay holds up his hands to Paul's face and he says, Eus, nah. After everything we went through, after everything Roman did, come on, Sammy. We got a tag team title match to get ready for 77. Jay not interested in hearing out Paul Heyman or on Roman Reigns' behalf here, as him and Sammy head off, ready to accept that tag title match for later tonight. Masked Magic versus Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. And now I know there is actually a match next up. I will make sure to look at the order from now on. You can tell I'm a little bit rusty. The next of the 3 qualifying matches for the contendership match next week is Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler. History from NXT, obviously, between these two. But Dakota Kai, not the Dakota Kai from NXT. We let them battle it out. It's not the Shayna from NXT either, really, is it? And in the end, I told to give the rule. And Dakota Kai comes out victorious with the chiropractor, we'll say, for a 69. Nice. It's 62 Dakota, 56 Shayna. Dakota Kai advances. So Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai versus one more. We will find that out later tonight. But Dakota Kai gets one step closer to another shot at that women's world title. She came agonizingly close to taking off Liv Morgan. Then we go backstage to Seth Rollins in Fort. He's pacing back and forth backstage. He's thinking, obviously, thinking who could be on his team. He's pissed off a lot of people, if we're being honest for ourselves. There's a locker room of people who he's pissed off, and then a locker room of people who look up to CM Punk. So his options are probably pretty limited. As then by walks Sheamus. Sheamus says he heard about what happened earlier tonight, fella. And the whole Sheamus is always up for a fight, but what I really want, War Games, that's another conversation to be had, maybe, but what I want, Seth, is a fight with you. You see, Shamey, he's trying to get his mojo back, and I beat Pete and I beat Ludwig, but they're them and you're you. You're Seth freaking Rollins. You're one of the best in the world. That's why I want to fight you tonight. Seth stops pacing and looks at Sheamus and gets in his face, and he says, "The best." For 52 there tonight, Sheamus versus Seth. 1v1. I was going to head to the ring first with the tag titles on the line. The Intercontinental title was in the main event, of course, Finn and Bron Breakker, as announced last week, but the tag titles up first. The World Tag Championships on the line. The champions, Masked Magic, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, defending against Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Masked Magic, of course, have got that tag chemistry on lock. Jay and Sami, less so. But just naturally, as the match goes on, that old chemistry of theirs is gelling. They're vibing. It's a competitive matchup. Both tag teams are going for it, No, there's no underhanded tactics. It's just good, clean, good old-fashioned wrestling between these two teams. In the end, Jey Uso goes for the splash onto Rey Mysterio, who manages to get his legs up just in time, kicking Jey in the face. Dazed and confused, Rey drop kicks him from behind. Runs 619 to Jey Uso. Hits his own splash. 1, 2, 3. After a hellacious matchup, with both teams going all out, Rey Mysterio gets the win, and Masked Magic keep a hold of the World Tag Team titles for a 75. 80 Dragon Lee, 67 Rey, 75 Sami, 70 Jay. Crowd's buzzing, I'm buzzing. Masked Magic victorious and keep their gold. Jay and Sami come up short, but get to show what they can do. And Jay probably gets to get some anger out after seeing Paul Heyman earlier. After the match, the two teams shake hands. Nothing but respect. No animosity here. This isn't good guys versus bad guys. This is 4 men at the top of their game in that ring, wanting to show out and see who comes out on top. And today it was Masked Magic. On another day, Jay and Sami, they could have taken this. They could be world champs. They could be world tag champs. There's thunder outside. Oh, ominous. Not today, though. As Jay and Sammy leave, Masked Magic stand, go up onto the turnbuckles, raise their titles in the air. When out of nowhere, they are attacked by two hooded figures from behind. Rey Mysterio is sent flying over the top rope to the outside. Then both the men grabbing Dragon Lee and taking him out from behind. Let me just press a button so my computer doesn't go off. Laying him out. They go outside to Rey Mysterio, tossing him into the barricade. Before getting him in the ring. Two big aerial moves to lay him out as well. As they take off their hoods and reveal themselves. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. Also of the LWO, who, as you can see, the same background adorned by Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, but still, that has not stopped them. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde clearly not happy for a 70. As they lay out the World Tag Champs Rey and Dragon Lee. Speaking of tag teams exploding, it's the long-awaited match between a tag unit. You know what? Let me Google this quickly. Because I'm so certain they were a tag unit. Because I remember actually kind of vibing with them in their weird offhanded tag team phase in NXT. Let me just double check it. Tag team. Yes, Zoe Stark and Io Shirai. I actually enjoyed them as an oddball tag team back in the day, but they're fighting here to see who will join Dakota Kai and Rhea Ripley in that triple threat contention match next week. We tear the house down as only Io Sky can. I'm doing the finger face pointy thing. You can't see it. There's no camera. There is. It's not on. In the end, obviously, you could probably have guessed before the show even started. Io Sky victorious for a 77. 79 Io, 47 Zoe. Io Sky's arms raised. And that does mean next week, in a triple threat match, in the main event of Raw, in a triple threat number one contenders match for the Women's World title, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Rhea Ripley. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot. For a 77, Io Sky gets her arm raised. As Den, go to commercial, come back to the ring for Seth Rollins versus Sheamus, announced earlier tonight. Just letting the guys go for it in the end here. Seth, he's got some pent-up anger. Sheamus got a point to prove. In the end, though, there's no real animosity between these two, genuinely. It's just two guys wrestling, wanting to prove they're the better superstar in that ring right now. In the end, though, Seth manages to hit the curb stomp on Sheamus and gets the win for a 68. 64 Seth, 56 Sheamus. Seth on top. Sheamus went for the bro kick. Seth managed to duck out the way. Little kick to lower down Sheamus. Curb stomp. Victory. Seth Rollins gets his arm raised. Burn it down. Then look in his eyes. What do you see? It's the cult of personality. CM Punk marches down to the ring. Fake ass clapping CM Punk, shall we say. Seth Rollins. And yeah. Punk getting in the ring and saying, Seth, I hear you got the news as well. Survivor Series War Games, as much as I like to get in that cage and beat the living hell out of you. You and me, we're old school. So it's only right we do it old school. And Seth, I know there's going to be 8 other guys in the ring with us, 4 on my team, 4 on yours. 10 of us in that ring. But I want you to know, I need you to know. Whoever is on your team, I don't care. I'm going to be heat locked on you. Laser pointed on your skull. Seth freaking Rollins. I am gonna put you down and put you to sleep once and for all. But Seth, honestly, I feel bad for you a little bit. I feel sorry for you. And why is that? Asked Seth. Because Seth, Pierce, he only told you like an hour ago. Whilst I've had a whole day to lock things in. Out of nowhere from behind, CM Punk is grabbed and hit with a bitter end by Pete Dunne, who puts Seth Rollins down, looks up at CM Punk before Pete getting on the floor and starts punching Seth out. Seth trying to get to his feet, trying to fight his way up. He gets into his knees and he's hitting back at Seth. When out of nowhere, he is clobbered from behind by Bronson Reed. Pete and Bronson beating down on Seth. Punk tells him to pick him up. They throw him to CM Punk, go to sleep. Before Reed goes to the top rope and tsunami. CM Punk assembling his team already. It's going to be a 5v5, so he needs two more, but he's got Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne's a pretty stellar start for a 69. Yeah. I guess I'll peel back the curtain a little bit here. My intention is not for this to be a heel CM Punk. Me personally, I don't view Seth as a heel right now either in this universe. My kind of view is that they have so much hate for each other. And CM Punk especially has so much built up hate towards Seth right now that he doesn't care on getting the best wrestlers or whatever. He cares on getting killers. He just wants to assemble a team of killers who are going to hurt Seth Rollins and everyone else in his way, or more importantly, everyone else in his way so he can hurt Seth Rollins, Hence, he's gone for Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne, who are on the heel spectrum, of course, themselves. But CM Punk, I don't view him inherently as a heel right now, at least. That could change. But this is just CM Punk being so blinded by hatred to Seth Rollins that he's willing to align with anyone who is going to hurt Seth the most for a 69. A little behind the curtain. Before we head to the main event, it's Finn Balor and Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental Championship. We'd let him tear the house down. At the end of the day. What else am I going to let him do? Finn and Bron, they just go all out. Beating the hell out of each other. He's trying to keep it quick. Finn's trying to slow it down because Bron's trying to keep it quick. In the end, Judgment Day, Dom rushes out, trying to do something. Bron plants his ass. The distraction allows Finn to get him up for the 1916. I think that's what it's called. It's been a while since he's done it. But Bron managing to battle out, go behind Finn and shove him across the ring. Bron drops to the corner, setting up. Finn turns around. Bron charges for the spear as Dom at the last minute shoves Finn out the way and eats the full brunt of the spear from Bron Breakker, laying him out. The ref immediately checking on Dom. Bron stepping back a bit as Dom clearly thriving in pain. Referee checking on him. Bron stepping back to the other side of the ring where the ref isn't looking. And JD McDonough from under the ring jumps up, sits on the apron, low blow to Bron Breakker. As Finn Balor quickly up, grabs Bron, lifts him up. As JD slides a chair into the ring. And Finn hits the 1916 onto the chair, which JD promptly takes out the ring. JD charges across round the ring and drags Dom out. The ref turns around, counts 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still Intercontinental Champion is Finn Balor. He keeps the gold thanks to a big old helping hand from the Neo Judgment Day for an 83, 74 Bron, 69 Finn. Happy with that. Finn Balor victorious and keeps his gold here. Bron pissed. he takes a second to get up. He's holding his head, but he is pissed off. Dom is still down. Or at least, Dom is still down. Finn and JD retreating up the ramp. A big old smug look on Finn's face. His arm over JD for balance. as Damian Priest music hits and he walks out onto the stage. Finn and JD turn, and Finn promptly shoves JD into Damian before fleeing into the crowd. Picks up JD with a massive South of Heaven chokeslam, lays him out on the ramp as Finn retreats into the crowd now. He's just on one of the steps, staring backwards. Damian has made his way into the ring. Bron is in the ring. Both, and to his feet now, both men staring up, fuming. Well, Bron's fuming, but Damian's kind of smiling a little bit. He's enjoying watching Neo Judgment Day get beat up and in pain. And then maybe Damian's smile becomes a bit wider for a reason. As from behind Finn, on like from down the stairs, starts walking a hooded fan with a hat. And then behind Finn, the fan takes off his hat and a giant afro explodes. And Finn turns around, and it's Carlito, who punches Finn. Finn promptly going down the stairs, charging. No idea. He's confused. He's dazed. He ends up sliding back into the ring where he's met with a spear from Bron Breakker, laying him out. Neo Judgment Day down. Carlito in the ring. Bron Breakker, Carlito, and Damian Priest stand tall for a 68 to end Raw here. Yeah, Bron Breakker is not Intercontinental Champion and fuming at that from the interference, but him, Carlito, and Priest do stand tall for that 68. 80 for the Raw overall, 14. Increased up in 14 regions. That's the better way to say it. But yeah, Finn keeps his title, but Neo Judgment Day taken down. They've got a lot of enemies. I wonder what this could be setting up for. Wink, wink. Heading into Survivor Series War Games. Wink, wink. But yeah, I think we're setting up for a really hot Survivor Series War Games cast. It's just nice. Let me know in the comments who's going to win next week. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Dakota Kai. Who is going to face Liv Morgan at Survivor Series War Games? Who do you want to face? Let me know for that Women's World title. We're really heating up, and I am really enjoying recording, so I'm just going to keep doing it. This is the third episode I've recorded today. I think I've got at least a few more in me. We'll see how we go on. But I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I really hope you have. And subscribe for more so you do not miss a thing on the road to Survivor Series War Games. We've got 2 more Raws, 3 more SmackDowns, and then the show. So make sure you don't miss a thing. Do subscribe. And yeah, thank you for sticking with me and for all the support. And as always, a very special thank you for watching.